All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the One Drop Shower Ministry of Preparedness. My name is Mike Albert, bringing you some current events here, January 12th, 2018. We'll see what's going on around the world and bring us up to speed. Let's start off here on the HISRO map, I like to call it. Make the screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see that. Don't need to see me in all this. There we go. Zoom that in there. Leave me in the corner here somewhere. What is that? Something always just pops up. I twist this around here. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Opposite. Okay, got it. Where's that noise? Something's clicking away there. Alright, so this is a map from a company out of Hungary, the country of Hungary, and they report on all different events around the world. Let me make sure my sound is muted good. Okay. And their specialty is mostly earthquakes and weather, I would say, anomalies, but they do find out a lot of weird things that you wouldn't think would be in the mood on here. They must have like police scanners or something they listen to. All right, so you know what's going on in California. 2 days ago, we had that massive mudslide because the trees burned up. They aren't absorbing the water. Soil gets loose. No more absorption into the ground. It's the roots are dying, so there's nothing, binding those matters of earth together. That big mix of a cocktail of earth down, it just gives way. I look at it as a little bit of a sign from God, actually. When it destroys, all of a sudden you hear Oprah Winfrey running for, or considering, or they're electing her to run for president, and then God destroys her home. Praise God she didn't get hurt, but I think that's a good sign. Unfortunately, 43 people did die and lose their lives, so please pray for them and their families. We lift them up in the name of Jesus that they rebuild their lives. 4 updates in 2 days. That means lots going on. I'm sure you guys have seen it already. It's a complete disaster. Not much in the way of in the news of that, or actually the event happening live as it took place. I couldn't find any videos of the actual footage of it as it unfolded, just the aftermath, which is strange because between all the Big Brother surveillance they have going on of us around the world here, I know it's definitely caught on satellite. They just don't want to disclose that because then that gives away their spying on us. So the Earth is being recorded 24/7, 360 degrees, 24/7 around the world. We are being recorded. So everything and anything that's out in public eye view can be disclosed. So many crimes can be, I guess maybe they give leaks or hints towards things like that. It's just a shame that they don't do it more often for crimes. They want to just be, who knows what they're doing, seeking out children to abduct and sell off somewhere in another country. All right, so hazmat in Finland, 1 hour ago. Let's see what that is. Heavy truck carrying sulfuric acid capsized near a town in Pori in western Finland on Friday, local media has reported. Several hundred liters of acid leaked out. Wow. Sulfuric acid. That's nothing to mess with. This is nothing to mess with. The driver was only lightly injured. Rescue operations would take several hours. I don't even know how you would begin to clean that up. Maybe absorb it somehow with powder or something. Kitty litter, yeah. As the acid leak is dangerous to people, National Highway was closed Tuesday in both directions. No evacuation of people reported. Nobody injured. Praise God. That could have been extremely disastrous. Think about that. Say if that happened over an overpass and a truck was on top, and then it was leaking down on the cars below. I'm not sure what sulfuric acid eats through. Some like acids will eat through metal. and some won't. Some will eat through plastic and some won't. Um, but either way, you wouldn't want that dripping on your car, especially if you have a convertible. So praise God, nobody got hurt on that. All right, let's see. Biological hazard, United Kingdom, a level 0. This indicator over here, these levels go from 0 to 5. 0 would be this indicator here, so up until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 being the most severe. But this, we do try to give you advice here on how to live off-grid for 100 years. So if I find that of value of interest on how to apply that, I'll definitely consider elaborating on that. If it's a 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, like California, they consider this mudslide a 3. 43 people dead, it's a 3. But they have other factors involved with their rating system here, as far as if it's like not only severe, but is it ongoing and remaining a threat, which also is for the categories here: current emergencies, short-term events, and long-term events. All right, volcano activity in Costa Rica, a level 0. So I guess it's huffing and puffing, or nobody got hurt. China, epidemic hazard. Oh, what was this? I thought I remember this something being weird. Epidemic hazard. I get these by email. Chinese National Health and Family Planning Commission reported an additional human case of avian flu. No, that's not what it was. I thought it was. But the flu has been, compared to last year, less than half of what it was. So thank God for that. I guess all the culling of all those animals helped spread, not to keep it from spreading. Flash flood in the Philippines, a level 3. Hazmat, Australia. There was another ammonia leak. If you guys have been with my channel for a while, you'll notice that over the summer I was starting to compile all the ammonia and chloride leaks because it was getting unusually large. A large amount of that, and specifically I narrowed it down actually to, I'd say about 80% of the leaks would happen around between 3 and 4 a.m. too. It was very strange. 4.4 just happened in Iraq. I gotta tell you, Iraq, it was Iran last couple of months. Iraq now, past few days, has been extremely active in earthquakes. I find it very strange that that's happening, and I'm curious and wondering if there's some sort of testing going on there underneath the ground, or it's some sort of war happening. A lot of people believe in a hollow earth, or that there are subterranean alien species, greys and stuff living underground, that they might be at war as well. It's just extremely, extremely odd the amount of earthquakes that have been happening the past few days between Iraq and Iran. Like the list, I'll show you the list in a few minutes. It usually categorizes the past 12, 15 hours, and it covers 100 earthquakes. But there's been so many, I think they're up to about 200 earthquakes in that same time frame. All right, so what was going on here? Australia hazmat. A Hume business was evacuated after a hazardous material incident Friday morning. Incident around substance leaking. They don't know what it is. Suspicious package. Suspicious material. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Okay, nothing. No answers. They have more questions than answers. Okay, vehicle. Another volcano we watched. Wow, look at all these volcanoes. Wow, 1, 2, 3. That's unusual in such a short time period. That means pressure is being released on the Earth. We do have a coronal hole facing us on the sun, which is emitting massive protons. That hits the Earth at extreme speeds, but that also goes into the Earth, and it creates excitement in the magma, which creates pressure. Now, I'm wondering if that has something to do with two of those ammonia and chloride leaks as well. Could very well be. Let's see, biological hazard, USA, California, incident, vehicle incident. Now, vehicle, there's a police going on, a fire truck going by. Vehicle incident could be plane, train, car, bus, railroad. It could be so many things. It says vehicle. So this is state of Illinois. one in Iran, biological hazard 11 hours ago. Australia, South, earthquake, Iraq. So, to see an earthquake here listed on this portion of this site is unusual, but I did check that. I think it was only a 4.4 or something. We'll see down below in a minute here. All right, so 12 hours ago, epidemic hazard, USA, state of Alabama, biological hazard, California, snow blizzard in Russia. We got that coming back here again on the East Coast, possibly next week. Definitely some freezing, weird weather. Hope you guys are prepared for power outages. At least have a stockpile of water and cast iron stove, wood burning stove. At least a cord of wood, and you can't go picking up wet wood when you need it and think it's going to burn. Not going to happen. Hailstorm, Zimbabwe a day ago, and I figured out the math on that hailstorm of the Bible. Says they're going to be 100-pound hailstorms. That would mean having updraft winds of up to 5,000 miles an hour to carry 100-pound hailstorm. 5,000 miles an hour of wind. I can't even think about what to compare that to. If you stand behind a jet engine, and you've seen videos of this, of people getting blown away standing behind that, that's probably 500 miles an hour. So 5,000 times that speed. It's unfathomable, just unfathomable. But things can change. Other variable anomalies that might change the laws of physics as we know it, that might allow that to happen, where the properties of water and or ice there are no longer bound to the laws of physics as we know them now. So they might be more buoyant. There's the word I'm looking for. And or the conditions of the soup, to put it lightly, the mix that they're in, the ether of the environment might change as well, its consistency. Let's see, flash flood, New Zealand, 1 day ago. All right, long-term events. Let's see if we got any big ones here. Here's a level 4, extreme weather in Canada 7 days ago. Yes, that crazy, what do they call that? Bomb genesis or something. Let's see, Malaysia, flood, snow blizzard. I gotta hand it to these guys that have a YouTube channel called The Two Preachers, about this research that they did. I've mentioned this a few times. They created a graph, a chart, showing the extreme weathers getting more extreme over the past 50, 60 years at an accelerating rate. And the graph chart was, rapidly increasing since, I guess, the 40s or the 50s, 60s maybe. But as far as tropical storms, hail, earthquakes, volcanoes, major destructive weather, whatever you call it, anomalies that usually are on the Earth have just increased so much. But if you go back actually 100 years, the earthquakes have increased 400%. And it's pretty close to what the graph that they made too as well. I don't know if it's 400%, but it's definitely at least 100% increase. Heat wave in Kenya. See, this is weird because the planet's got below freeze. I think in Montana, was it? I don't know, somewhere out west. I'm in Long Island, New York. In Montana, there was a temperature that went down to minus 36 degrees. And Paul Begley reported on in Vermont, here in the New England area, northeast United States, that, and I can't confirm this, minus 94 degrees. It's warmer on Mars than it was in just, I can't fathom that. I really, just mind-blowing. All right, let's move on to earthquakes here. So 19 minutes ago, we had a 4.4 in Iraq. That was not what was just reported up here. This has me concerned here, but it's not such a big earthquake. 52 minutes ago in California, this little icon you see here is a nuclear power plant. So you really don't want these earthquakes by these nuclear power plants. Double trouble. 4.4 in Iraq. Let's go over quickly to the buoys, and see if there's any wave anomalies happening there. I think we'll have to shift. Oh, we're covering the waters, really. Okay. That's one good thing about them happening in Iraq over there. They're surrounded, it's all land. No need for buoys over there on the land. But that big quake we had a few days ago here off of Guatemala did resonate a couple of buoys here in the Gulf, strangely enough, Gulf of Mexico and on the west coast of South America here. 3 buoys were going off all at once, but praise God they did not hit the Caribbean islands over here. The Cayman Islands especially was right near that, extremely dangerous. So God definitely intervened there, saving many lives, I'm sure. All right, so here's a list of the earthquakes. Let's see if there's any big ones here. Oh, I see a bunch of the 4s. Let's see, in Peru, in Myanmar, in Asia, which that is, a bunch of 2s and 3s. But 4, 6. Notice all the Iraqs, Irans, Iraqs, Iran, Iraq, Iran. That sounds like a song or something. But yesterday was a lot worse. Actually, it's calmed down today, as far as those being hit there in Iraq and Iran. So we got Mexico, Maldives in Indian Ocean, 4.7. Hawaii, Nevada, in the 2s. 4.9 twice in Japan. Another one in California by a nuclear power plant. Did I miss any other nuclear power plants? Yes. State of Washington, 2.4 twice. California, 2.2. Now, a lot by nuclear power plants. That's unusual. You usually have 1, 2 at the most. I just seen 5. Not good, not good. All right. Chile, 4.1 twice. 9 hours ago, 4.2 in Japan, 4.4 in Mexico. 11 hours ago, 2 more. Nuclear power plant in California, 2.1. Probably all the same area. By the water, of course, so it could poison our water. So this is that big 7.8 that happened 2 days ago. No tsunamis was observed. I hear so many different stories that there was a tsunami, there wasn't a tsunami, there was a 1 meter tsunami. Folks, you got to be prepared for that. If you're on the coastline, or I'd say within 100 miles of a coastline somewhere, you need to be able to survive a tsunami the best way you can. I came up with an idea I thought was great, and perhaps a cheap way to make some survival, like pods, domes. Cement trucks have that big, huge steel. I don't know what it's made out of. I think it's steel. I think it goes up to like a 1/4 of an inch thick. It's like almost a prefabricated survival dome ball. You could get inside. All you need is a hatch. You got to close off one side. There's plenty of them decommissioned, or the manufacturer. I actually contacted the manufacturer. I think they're going to steal my idea. That's fine. I mean, it would have taken probably a couple $1 million to get it going anyway. So consider what you have around you that you have access to, or in the event of you knowing that everything's about to be wiped out, that you could commandeer. And worst case scenario, at least have yourself a wetsuit. At least a wetsuit and a flotation survival vest, a flotation vest that the boaters use. This way, at least, because if the water's cold, you're going to die of hypothermia. But if you got a full wetsuit, I'm talking, not a short sleeve one or shorts, with a hood, good thickness. I think 5/8. It's called 5/8 thickness millimeters is a good thickness. Get a big size. So if you're a medium, get a large. If you're a large, get an extra large. Those things are tight. And what else? Gloves and boots. Very important. I'll have to do a video on that one day, I think, my little tsunami flotation kit. All right, moving on. Costa Rica volcano, that was the 12th. Look at this, 1, 2, 3. So we definitely have a lot of pressure. There's usually nothing here current, but to have 3 in a row, we can go back and see. Look, here's one the 9th, the 18th, the 20th, the 20th. See how they're spread out here? But it looks like they're starting to increase here, the 5th, the 6th, the 8th, and now all of a sudden on the 12th, 12th, 12th. So it's scary to see what the next 48, 72 hours is going to bring. Perhaps a big eruption, or just you're better off having these small pressures being released than one big one built up. And where were those locations? Costa Rica, Indonesia, and Italy. Okay. All right, active tropical storms. We have something brewing here in the Indian Ocean. Not that strong, but strong enough if there's any land around there. It's a cyclonic storm, it's called, with gusts of winds up to 102 kilometers per hour. Let's see where that is. Can we see that up in the map here? Indian Ocean is, it's right here, right? Yeah. I don't see it. Do you guys see it? Oh, there it is. Tropical storm. Not really in the water. It's really close to the water. It's on level 1. Australia. Look at all these earthquakes. My Lord. Bird flus. Look at the bird flus picking up. One here in the United Kingdom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was double this time last year. Like November, December. Started falling off around in January, February. That's a lot. Okay, let's see what else we got. Super volcanoes. Let's see what's quaking and shaking on the super volcanoes. I usually go to 24 hours, so I usually do it between the day before and today, which is the 11th and 12th. That would be. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what just happened? 2.1 twice in Iran. Okay. All right, let's check out YouTube. Let's see what's going on over there. These are the channels I've subscribed to. I've been subscribing to a couple more channels recently because they have some really good intel. We need it nowadays. You know, don't watch TV. Don't believe in this garbage that they have out there, sort of brainwashing people and indoctrinating people into their ideology and spinning things. All right, what else? Let's see. There's a Gotcha News Network, a new channel I subscribe to. There's a woman that does some reporting. She's very good on it. She's got some good sources. Breaking news from LA. Oprah did it. She never tells you in the title what it is. She always gives you that, I guess what they call it, the carrot leading the horse. So you click on it. She's all about the clicks. You know. I try to do my best to put in the title exactly, you know, what it is. But usually it's worth clicking on her, and she's pretty quick. It's 7 minutes long, that one. I'm just having some tea. Give me a second here. Hopefully I won't spill it on my keyboard. Done it a couple times. Definitely not good for it. Sorry about that. Didn't expect a curse word there. Aqua Dam. Oh, these guys rock. I did a report on, I think 2 videos on this. When Texas had that Harvey hurricane flood, one house survived where it was, not funny, one house survived the flooding because this guy, who was deemed a lunatic, nut, crazy, you know, prepper, you know, tin hat foil wearing person, spent $1,800 and bought these in, I don't want to say they're inflatable. They absorb the water somehow. I don't know if there's foam inside them or they just somehow capture the water as it approaches and it doesn't leak. And then it creates a barrier. So what this did was this created a barrier, like you see here, around the guy's home. So they did aerial shots of this, and his whole entire neighborhood is flooded out, 3 or 4 feet high in water. And his property was bone dry. Just amazing. There was like, he got so much press. This company got probably orders they can't keep up with. So it's called Aquadam Inc. is the YouTube site. I think their website is aquadam.com, I think. But definitely check that out. Oh, it's only 54-second long. Let's go check that out. Make sure it's muted. There, is that it? No, this isn't it. This isn't the house, but this is an example, I guess, of one of the houses. It might have been in Texas. Can you believe that? I gotta go back to that. We'll freeze that. Look at this. How amazing is this? This guy's property was probably almost the same size, but it was only. I mean, this is priceless. I don't care if you're spending $50,000 on this. It's worth it if you're could afford it, as compared to losing everything. It's probably him out there in the boat too. But this guy had about the same amount of property in just one house. These are big houses. His house is much smaller. Right? How beautiful is that? Let's see what else they got. Oh, is this him? This is him, I think. I think this is his house. Yeah. Yep, isolated property during flood events. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's got some sort of two watertight inner tubes side by side inside of a woven baffled outer tube. I'm not sure what that means. Just absolutely amazing. Oh, look at this. They made a bridge out of the stuff. A lot of things you can do with this stuff. It's called Aquadam. Damn, Aquadam. Good job. Good job. Yeah, Trump is just. If you guys have any doubt about how great Trump is doing, do a search on YouTube, 2017 Trump accomplishments. And there's quite a few videos out there. Just amazing how much good he's done for this country so far in just 1 year. Now, the rats are running off the ship, meaning the Democrats. Big fish, small fish, he's got them all going crazy. He's got them being indicted, being arrested, turning witness. He's got them, evacuating the country. I think that's what was happening at the Atlanta airport there when the power went out. That was either a dirty bomb being snuck in or out, and more than likely out, or an elite multi-billionaire or something, paying people for him so he doesn't have to get into Trump's, in a non-extradition country, so they're not arrested by Trump. You think about it. If you're like Weinstein or something, or some billionaire, these guys that have some of their own private jets and islands and mansions and yachts, you're going to pay quite a few $1,000,000, tens of millions of dollars to pull off something like that, just so you can keep your freedom, and not go to jail. So this is nobody got hurt during that, as far as I know. This is all good news. I got my new tea here. Oh, did I bring the bag? Let me see if I brought the bag here. I guess I got the new tea I want you guys to try. Oh, here it is. Great. Okay. Silk Road Teas. Let me make the screen bigger for you. You guys have to try this tea. What got me hooked, first of all, was not just tasting it, which is a decent taste. You got to each his own. Honey, lemon. I like it by itself. Is the method by which this guy puts so much energy into getting this tea from different areas around the country, around the world, actually. Silk Road Teas. Now I write on it the amount of energy I could get. Can you guys see this backwards? Where's my hold on, let me adjust this. This is backwards. Why is that? Mirror. There we go. So I write on it energy, and I put it on a scale 1 to 10. What does it taste like? Scale it to me 1 to 10. And the quantity is the finger lengths. How many finger lengths in a tea bag? I put it in these big tea bags because it's loose. It's loose leaves. So that would be like quantity 1, quantity 2. I never went above 2. Sometimes 1 is enough, depending upon the energy level that you want. What I don't like that I haven't found so far is they're not reusable. Some teas you can get like 3 or 4 or 5 times. You can keep reusing it, the same tea. But definitely check them out. This is a type of green tea. I got the sample pack, I think, for 36 bucks. And this blue, Heavenly Blue Peak is a type of green tea. So they come for 36 bucks. You get 3 teas that are all green in a sample pack like this. So what does that size say there? Is that how many ounces does it say? I don't know. But there's their website, Silk Road Teas with an S, silkroadteas.com. You'll definitely enjoy that. The phone number there too. I don't have anything to do with them or their company or distribution or making money, but it's just real good. It's organic, and this was a 2-ounce bag, pretty good sized bag. And that's empty. It took me about 2 weeks to go through that one bag. So if you think about it, how much you pay for tea, and that's one bag, 2 weeks. So I got I got a month and a half worth of tea for $30, $36. But you gotta get one of those, what are they called? Those infusers for this instead of a bag that starts to drip. It's pros and cons. Okay, back to the news. Aquadam. Aquadam's the man. I don't know. I'm not concerned about you guys seeing me. I'm just going to make this full screen here. All right, good enough? Okay. All right, let's see. Ron Paul Liberty Report. China's attack on the dollar. What does it mean? Oh my God. I'm not even going to give this woman any mention. I just can't stand. She's on so much medication that somebody leaked that was delivering it to her office, I think, just what it was. And it was mental stability type of drugs. Now, why is it that when I just went to my doctor recently, they had a question twice during the check-in process, and when I was in the office too, about asking me about opioids, me being on opioids. I was like, no, 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 no. And then I turned around and asked the woman, great, friendly, polite girl, I said, did they ask you that question too? And she thought about it. She said, no. I was like, why is that then? I said, if a drug dealer is selling drugs, don't you think he's getting high on his own supply? More than likely he is. I said, so why shouldn't they be testing the employees here where the drugs are coming from in the first place? You're a doctor. Doctors are subscribing this. And it's a shame that they're going after the civilians, going after society, but they won't go after those that are the guilty party of where it's coming from outside of the pharmaceutical manufacturing companies. Just shameful. So hopefully it's not rocket scientists that they'll figure it out soon enough that they got to be testing, asking. I mean, they got to go through drug tests themselves there too more often, I think, as well. You know, polygraph test. You know, they'll have to narrow it down. It might take them another decade to figure it out, but I have it figured out already. And it's a shame we don't hear more about that, actually. Polygraph test, lying, lie detectors. Why are they not used more in people that are in charge of, getting things done in this country that are responsible for the lives, life and death situations of passing bills, enforcing laws, people going to prison, going to courts. Why are these people, why are they not held to a higher account of standards instead of a less accountability of standards like Hillary Clinton, where there's like two laws on the books, one for the politicians and one for civilians. They should be held to a higher standard with polygraph tests once a month. The first of every month, you got to answer 5 questions. Did you lie? Did you steal? Did you embezzle? Did you money launder? Did you give false statements? Whatever the 5 questions are. And if they miss one of them, gone, done, never coming back. Investigation, no appealing, and you can never run for office again, ever. Is that asking too much? But yet they'll put somebody in jail for years for smoking a joint, and then they'll change the law, and that person still has to sit in jail. and be tortured. And who knows what else they're doing inhumanely in those prisons. It's just, whew, got my blood boiling, especially the other day when Trump did not what he did, but he was having a meeting about reforming the prisons. Again, look at those that are involved with it, and the court systems feeding that beast. All right, this is going to turn into too long of a video. I start going down this road here. All right, so Trump is tweeting something here. So check out her website, Gotcha News. Nothing like nothing before this by Captain Obvious. All right. I hate when people don't put this stuff in the titles. New Earth, Ancient Aliens review of the History Channel documentary series. Yeah, she narrates a lot of stuff. This woman, she has a heavy like Israeli or Russian accent, so you got to listen to her. But she does speak slowly. But she got some good information. Alternative type of New Age. Not really Christian based, so I do disagree with her on a lot of things. But just interesting nonetheless. I like to keep my mind dug into a lot of different areas. All right, got your news. Well, Judge Napolitano exposes Hillary like no one before. Yeah, he does do that. Yeah. Comey heavily involved. Yeah, this parasite has to be in handcuffs. We need to start seeing people in handcuffs. That's what it's coming down to. People are getting frustrated. They like Trump making his moves, but we want to see people in jail. We want to know they're in jail, and then go interview them and see what they have to say while they're in jail. Put them all together in the same cell. I'd like to hear that conversation. In Gitmo, wearing their jumpsuits and their hoods. Can you imagine a conversation? Think about it. Picture Hillary, Comey, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Obama, the other vice president there that was there. Picture a bunch of people, like a dozen of them, on their knees, in their Gitmo suits, in the chains. They got hoods on, and the conversation they'd be having, if they were allowed to talk, probably gag most of them. All right, Trump Breaking News Network. Piers Morgan, the crazier the Trump hater get, the better President Trump gets, probably. Got cut off. The biggest Hillary scandal, no one is talking about. Gotcha News. This woman, look at all these videos she does. She does this all day long. I hope she's getting paid good. Watch what Democrat governor just said on MSNBC. Acosta runs with mouth about CNN. Sanders. Come on. Sanders slams him so hard the entire press room erupts. Let's see. Open mind. Scott Adams about how to translate Trump speak. Today's lesson. Genis Wedges. Oh, I can't pronounce that. But yeah, I've heard this about him too from other people that actually follow the QAnon sites, the QAnon postings. It's like a riddle that you gotta solve or something that's about what's going on or things about to happen. Some people speculate that it is actually Trump himself or someone very close to him because they tweet almost at the same time, almost the same thing sometimes. But the part of this solving of these riddles has come to an understanding that Trump does speak and have a training in symbology. He speaks and does things like gestures, certain things that suggest that he is communicating other messages, subliminally type of thing. We have to observe everything: body language, hand movements, eye movements, gestures, tones, rapid breathing, even so many things to look at when it comes down to that, to tell if somebody's, telling the truth or has some other type of message. And this goes even into cryptic type of stuff where you need almost need a cipher or training in, that message that he's giving. Very interesting. But it makes you wonder now, how often is this other? How else is it happening? Hollywood does it definitely with homosexuality and child pedophilia. They are deep into that as well. It's like the Pizzagate of planet Earth here. Hollywood movies for that type of indoctrination. It's hard to see a movie or a TV show nowadays that do not hint towards that, a commercial, hint towards homosexuality. It's like they almost are forced to do it. And something else I got to get off my mind is the rating system. I got to find out how, if anyone knows how, let me know, that, how it's rated R, PG, PG-13. I want to somehow get a rating for things that involve homosexuality and put a letter on it, warning, this contains homosexual activity, or what do they call that? Indications or something, hinting towards it, as a warning to children. Why should it not? Why are our children being subjected to this, forced down their throat? Listen, if this was in the 1920s and 1930s, and all of a sudden a movie came out with something that was topless, it'd be considered porn, and it would be a triple X. And now it's a rated R. And it seems like the sludge in the swamp is getting thicker and deeper, and our moral values have been denigrated so much that there's not even any more warnings for anything, practically. It really isn't. It's just shameful. So if anyone knows about that, I think it's called the MAPP, like M as in Mary, A as in Apple, P as in Peter. MAPP. I think it's called the MAPP rating system. I'll have to look into it. And then see how to go about to get changes in that. What does it take? I'm sure it doesn't take an act of Congress to get a rating system on something like that. Also, Sam's Club. Dabu77 did a video, I think yesterday, on Sam's, like 53 Sam's Clubs that are closing down around the country. So those of you that are interested, look into purchasing some of their stuff, whether it be stock or equipment or trucks or shelving, light bulbs, computers, wires. There's so much stuff that they're going to be either throwing out or selling. If you guys could afford that, or know someone that might be interested in that, you could probably get some great deals. Even light bulbs, anything and everything that they might be using that they just have in stock, they can't sell, or opened or damaged. It's just probably amazing. You could probably stockpile a couple of car garages worth of stuff on one store. Let's see. Gotcha news. Breaking. Markel can't marry him. Her secret is out. Unbelievable. How to engineer a crisis. Oh, yeah. That's a law now. Not now. It's been in place for a while, that it's legal for the CIA or FBI or maybe any federal agency to manufacture a crisis for whatever reason. Fill in the blank. That it's legal. It's a law that they're allowed to do that. So when you see these hoaxes and false flags and by design events, it's not illegal to do that. How weird is that? To gauge the reaction of, a group or a county or a state or a certain group of people. I don't know how that benefits. I guess they like playing war games with people's lives and emotions, and in the end, what does it come down to? Taxes. We're paying for our own demise, in a sense. It's like here's a shovel, dig your own grave. Paul Begley, 2 hours ago, breaking. NASA reveals spacecraft probe speeds 430,000 miles per hour. Wow, that's interesting. All right, moving on. Natural ways. 7 fruits and vegetables you can grow in hanging baskets. Very good to do that because it takes advantage of a vertical space. Instead of just growing on a flat horizontal plane, A lot of city people do this. Let's see. Creation Ministries International. Facebook live stream with Gary Bates, Scott Gillis, Keaton Haley, Joseph Darnell, January 11th. Okay. This is a new channel that I subscribe to. They have some, off the cuff ways of thinking and some different types of subjects. Oh, check them out. End Time Prophecy News. Celebrity conducts online anti-Trump poll. Backfires big time. The Common Sense Show. Fact-checking the fact-checkers. Looks like they're talking to a statue. That's where they get their, you know, their ratings reports for the mainstream media, which is another thing. It's just, can't wait till the swamp is drained. Can't wait. Trump Breaking News Network leaked memo. Here is the real reason Democrats want to save DACA. End Time Prophecy News breaking Comey has broken his silence. The Wooded Beardsman eating bone marrow like cavemen in the forest. 100-year-old axe. The bow drill fire from scratch. Wow, that's great. That's it's only 40 minutes long. Definitely check that out. The Wooded Beardsman. These guys do like a it's almost like a documentary type of style of information filming. I'm not sure if they do it for a TV series. I think they do, or just do it on their own. But I know they were participating in a TV series of survival in the wilderness, or some sort of competition they were doing, or this might be an ongoing part of it. I'm not sure. But definitely a lot of views. They got 2.6 thousand views on it. But bone marrow, you guys have to look into bone marrow. Very, very healthy, very good for you. I remember growing up getting big, thick stew. My mom would make the stews, and I would look forward to getting the big bones, and sucking out the marrow. Suck it right out. It's really, really good for you. Good for me. So hopefully you guys could. There is a company actually in Manhattan that all they serve is bone broth soup. Check it out. All right, Jean Lebon. The truth is the greatest troll. All right, Trump Breaking News Network. Boom! Walmart announces bonuses to 1 million employees. Nice. That's because of Trump's new tax reform. Open Mind. Sheriff Joe Arpaio prepares to take Arizona U.S. Senate seat. Good. I hope he gets it. Good man. White House. Vice President Pence delivers remarks on Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. Speaking of which, on a different subject here about White House, BP Earthwatch did a video about chemtrails being covered by Dane. I think the guy's name is Dane Wingington. Anyone that follows chemtrails and has done research on it knows this guy, Dane Wingington. And I put in a comment that BP Earthwatch needs to be, I don't want to say harassed, needs to be bothered and not let up until he puts together a petition for the White House. Now, I say him specifically because he has a large audience, very influential, and could get 100,000 signatures if he promoted it and kept up on it, I think, to stop the chemtrail spraying. Not only just to stop it, but to arrest the people that did the spraying, because it's illegal what they're doing. They're experimenting on us and spraying us like cockroaches and insects. Disclose what was sprayed, disclose the side effects, and open up a fund for those people that were affected, not only people, but property, water, insects, agriculture. Put a couple $1 billion in a fund and let people sue for the damages done. Class action suit. Come on board. You got 6 months to put in a claim. Actually, no, a couple of years, and figure out how, the parameters around it. But it all starts with a petition. So it's got to be done. It's not good enough just to stop it. Disclose everything. Shut it down for good. Never allowed to happen again. People got to go to jail for this, folks. Have to. I don't care if it's the military. I don't care who it is. Have to go to jail. Shut down NASA. If they're doing it, they're a waste of money anyways, as far as I'm concerned. Haiti formally summons the U.S. official to come before government to explain. Gotcha news. That's what they're doing in Haiti now. Probably Clinton, the money that Clinton stole. Good tea, good tea. One America News, Nebraska getting closer to passing convention of states. Amen. Good stuff. Got to get that done. These politicians and congressmen are not going to limit their own terms or cut their salaries or do things that they considered harmful to themselves. It's not really harmful. It makes the country better. Who wants a politician like Pelosi and Harry Reid around for 30 and 40 years making bad decisions? All right, got your news. POTUS Trump tweets after crap-hole storm. Read it. Scottish chemicals. What's that? NextRad, gravity waves and cloud control. It's a new channel I subscribe to. Scottish chemicals. Trump Breaking News Network. After immigration meeting, House Republicans give Trump everything. Good. 3 Angel Broadcasting. 3ABN. It's a Christian group. It's good to get some good Word of God in with these people. Common Sense Show. Court orders State Department to speed up release of emails. It won't happen. Well, here's the 2 preachers I was talking about that did that chart showing the increase of the catastrophic events going on, weathers and stuff. Here's another one, Scottish chemtrails, geoengineering, cloud control, sun blocking. Oh, that's what it was that BP Earthwatch was saying about Dane Wangington, that the reason for them spraying the chemtrails in the first place is to block the radiation from coming into the Earth because it's really strong, because we're on a solar minimum or something. First of all, you're not going to block any radiation with these little bit of chemicals, and that's all they are, or reflect it, or have any influence. If that was the case and that was what needed to be done, we'd be being sprayed a lot more. So these little spurts of chemicals here and there are obviously just to harm us. Obviously, just to harm us. That's all it's doing. It's sterilizing us, shortening our lives, giving us Alzheimer's, emphysema, leukemia, asthma. It's killing our plants, our agriculture, our bees. It's just a death bomb from above. And how these people do it with a clear conscience is beyond me. They must have a cure for themselves. Okay, breaking news about Julian Assange. Everything thou, not Proverbs 3:31. Got your news. Indicted dirty politician on her way to prison for stealing FEMA funds to purchase clothes for. All right. Got your news. Yeah, somebody, I think it was in New Jersey, a politician, or New York, was money laundering FEMA funds that were meant for Hurricane Sandy victims, so she could go on vacation and buy lingerie and expensive dinners and stuff. Good. I think she's doing 30 years. But the news won't report on that. Dr. Eric Berg, D.C., the effects of high blood blood sugars on your arteries. All right, let's wrap this up. I gotta get out of here. Open Mind Project Veritas Court Twitter engineers censoring conservatives. Polar 79, Michael Sarian interview with Lisa Harrison. 12th grade with Doug and Stacy. Busted pipes, no water. Rain, water catchment, gravity-fed water system, freezing pipes. Okay, yeah, good stuff. Check them out to do some off-grid information. Nemesis Maturity, largest earthquakes of the 21st century. This is interesting. He did a time-lapse video going back, I think, from 2001 to 2000, and I don't know, who knows, 12 or 15 or 17. And it just gives you all the pop-ups of all the earthquakes, but he tells you, I think, the biggest ones too. Full spectrum survival news, 2-minute updates. It's good to watch every morning. He did this, actually, he's up to 242. My self-reliance, log cabin, leather-bound door, and the hole in the floor. All right, that's it, folks. I'm going to just pause it here if you guys want to check out some more of this stuff. I haven't been doing videos, so too much to catch up on too, really. And this goes back then into yesterday, even though it says today, right? 15 hours ago? Okay. So I'll pause this in the archives if you want to read this for what it is. I'll just scan it real quick. Give you guys a minute to pause it. Just way too much going on. It's like if you don't do the video, if I don't do these, that's why this woman is doing this probably 3 times a day. You know, another guy I subscribe to. Where is he? Good Christian man. Um, you get behind if you don't keep up on this 3 times a day. You fall behind. There's so much going on in the world. Viking preparedness. Hey, usually doing just his Patreon usually only. So PRK for Peppers 2. I wonder what that is. Why is that new guy's channel? Is this him? No. Is this him? No. Open Mind? No. Well, this was good by what's his name here? One Step Survival. He did a couple of good videos recently. Check him out. I think it was for the car, bug out vehicle, right? Stuff to have in the car. Oh, and Roy Potter, what a shame. He's all aggravated about people picking on him, and he gave in to the shills and trolls. So anyone can get in touch with him, tell him to come back on because otherwise they win. You know. This guy's good too. I like him a lot. Go check him out, Steve. I can't pronounce it. He gives some great information. Good spin on relating things to the Bible and to current events. Really good. I can't find this guy. Maybe he doesn't put a picture of himself up, but he does speak, openly with the camera on him. No. All right, that's it, folks. All right, thanks for joining. We'll see you again soon. My schedule is getting sporadic, so I can't keep a steady schedule now anymore with the videos. So God bless you and take care. We'll see you again soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.